what goes into the entire value chain. So for the very first stage, we have the households and the institutions that consume the cook stoves and the fuels that are being produced and manufactured. And then when you come to the household level, we have the rural and then the urban sector, based on the household income, which kind of clean cooking they can afford. So for the end users or the primary consumers of the technologies, we have the households, and then we have the institutions, the schools and the hospitals and the other institutions. And then we have the cooking technologies, the manufacturers, the providers of the technologies to the households. So we have the alcohol fuels, we have the different kind of stoves in there, and then we have the institutions that support that particular kind of sector as well. And then we have the policy, advocacy, and then the coordination units who are responsible for making sure that everybody understands what is happening and what it takes for us to achieve our target as a country. And we have the data and intelligence part of it, which is basically conducting research to make sure that whatever decision we take is backed by evidence. And then the last bit will be the funding part of it. Okay, so why this SIG? It has been explained already. We are here to support the Ghana's net zero agenda. Yeah, and then this is what we are going to do. We are going to develop the cooking energy database. So what and what are supposed to be needed when we take the different technologies available in the country. At the demand side, when you go to a rural household, what are the technologies that will benefit them? And what's efficiency in terms of safety? What technical data do we need to support that one? And then obviously we are going to advocate for the acceleration. We develop a model for Ghana, and then we support policy studies and reviews in relation to the clean cooking. So just like I've said, we are collecting data, we are coming together to share our knowledge, and then we take action for the materialization of the targets. So the first thing would be to conduct demand-led or demand-responsive research. So when you go to the household level, just like I've said, what and what are they looking for? And then we have indicated by the World Health Organization concerning clean cooking technologies, as well as the multi-tier framework, which seeks to make sure that all cook stoves are safe for the user, meaning that the user is not exposed to injuries. All cooking technologies are affordable, they are available to the user, they're efficient, and then they are convenient in terms of time saving and all that. So what and what goes into the different kind of demand approaches, or what and what comes into consideration when households are making decisions concerning clean cooking technologies. And then also, currently there was a presentation by the National Petroleum Authority at KNUST talking about the LPG recirculation model. So we want to look at the various stages within right from production to the household level. So our focus will be around the bottling, distribution, and household consumption. What are the factors that goes into that? So how close is a household nearer to a refill center? What's the transportation associated? What kind of, are they going to do fuel stacking? Are they going to, we want to study the interlinkages between the last step, which is the bottling and storage, and then household consumption. All this will support the Ghana Energy Transition and Investment Plan, which is looking to phase out the climate harming open fire cooking by 2030. And then the plan is seeking to promote LPG and then to phase out the traditional biomass cooking as well. And then also we will support gender transformative research. So we are looking at research in clean cooking that harnesses the opportunities available for gender mainstreaming and then gender equity within the clean cooking sector. We all know that women are the bearers of the harms that comes with the dirty cooking fuels, from health to financial gains to anything associated with it. Mostly in Ghana, they are the greater population that suffer a lot. And then we all know the advantages associated with clean cooking. So when a woman transitions from this kind of cook stove for smoking fish into a more efficient one, what are the benefits available for the woman? Will she have a lot of time to attend to her family, do other jobs? The manufacturers, are they going to gain employment? the testing centers, all those things come into play. So we will look at that across the food processing value chain and then for households as well. Also, we would want to come up with climate resilience methodologies that would support the transition. So we want to look at the nature-based solutions. For example, the blue carbon investment along the mangroves, like the Volta Delta, and then when you go to Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire area where we have a lot of mangroves. Research has shown that they are able to mitigate carbon 10 times more than the afforestation processes. So what can we do to make sure that we are harnessing the opportunities available for the blue carbon investment aspect, and then also for the agroforestry and then sustainable clean cooking? We know that good health and well-being, cooking good meals comes with clean cooking problems, you know. Okay. And then we would conduct behavior change campaigns with local communities to reinforce the importance of transitioning from the climate harming cooking technologies like the 3-stone stove, the car ram with firewood, to a more climate friendly, a more efficient fuel that contributes to these SDGs as well as others. And then we would also want to throw more light on the jobs that could be created within the value chain as well, and then how the biodiversity could be supported, like the forest animals like the elephants and those animals that are migrating away from the mangroves because of the unsustainable cutting down of firewood or trees for cooking. So we'd want to do all that behavior change advocacy and make sure that Ghana is on track as far as the Net Zero 2060 agenda is concerned. And when it comes to data intelligence, CCG has developed their own stove together with KTH. Last year, I was in Italy to study how the model works, but now it's available. It's an open tool, so a publicly available software where we have the important data. So it merges GIS with Python, so coding, some kind of artificial intelligence going on within, and then you have the GIS data, you have the population, electric transformers, LPG, all other data, GIS data as far as the electric cooking, biomass, LPG, bioethanol, all the clean cooking technologies are concerned. And then we have the socioeconomic data, population of the country, population ratio, household income, morbidity, mortality rate, and all those data feeding into the software to predict the kind of stove which is good for a country. So when you come to Ghana, for instance, we can't do away with bioenergy or the improved cook stoves. Other countries like Algeria are doing well, Ethiopia, but not so well, so fast in transitioning into the electric cooking, just like Kenya as well. But when it comes to Ghana, it will take some time. So what are we going to do in terms of the technical data that we need to feed the software so that it can give us the technologies that our country can best work with, depending on the data we have within the country. So in summary, we will examine the energy sector dynamics and stakeholder perspective, just like we are doing. After we are done with the implementation of the necessary data into the model, based on the nature of the household, and then we would want to integrate the results of the on-stove into the energy planning model so that we can come together again, make analysis, draw on what is best, is it good for Ghana, what can be taken out, what can be added to make sure that everything is okay. And then obviously the results of everything will lead to concrete evidence that can mobilize resources for the energy transition, cooking energy transition sector.